Details at 11 Media podcast is brought to you by Cero Project and Vive Healthcare.
My name is Emily Whitney. I'm from Detroit. Well, originally Grand Rapids, but I moved to Detroit. I've been here for the last 3 years.
What brought you here?
Parole.
Tell us a little bit about that.
My very first husband and I, we were in the streets pretty heavy. We were both HIV positive, and we found love in each other. We were ride or dies. We got mixed up in the wrong crowd, started doing drugs, and couldn't find a way out, so we started robbing banks.
Wow.
All across Ann Arbor. Okay. We got caught, obviously. Yeah. 3 years in, he ended up passing away with complications from his HIV with COVID.
Oh, sorry.
It was pretty devastating getting out and not having him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're expecting, it looks like?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
Yes, 3 more weeks.
3 more weeks.
Yes.
And you're having a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Do you have a name?
Not exactly yet, but just still working on it.
Absolutely. All right, so Emily, you came here today to Details at 11 Media to talk to us about you being specifically discriminated against due to your HIV status.
Yes.
So go ahead, let us know what you wanted to share with the community.
With the community, HIV is said to be a death sentence to a lot of people. I hear young kids say all the time, oh, if somebody gives me AIDS, I'm killing them, or, you know, just making it more than what it is. Being discriminated for having HIV has been really hard on my life. I've been to jail a few times where they would separate me from all of the population. I was in solitude for weeks, and I just remember 24-hour lockdown, 1 hour out just to eat. And you're just looking at everybody, and they know that you're disgusting, you're diseased, and you're just thinking like, why did they have to do this to me?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of times where I didn't feel like I could be in the community. And there was things that people had said, done.
The most maybe traumatic thing that someone has said or done to you having HIV?
When I first learned about my status in 2010, the health department showed up to my home where I lived with a boyfriend.
Okay.
I wasn't there, and he called me frantic. And he said, there's only one reason the health department comes to somebody's house looking for them. And he said, you are disgusting, you're diseased, and he tried to kill me.
What do you mean he tried to kill you?
He grabbed me by my throat. He took me down a flight of stairs, beat me pretty bad. I got scars, took chunks of flesh out of me, chased me with a 40-ounce bottle of Steel Reserve down the street.
Because of your
Because
HIV
of my status.
Who has been there to support you?
More recently, community.
Yeah.
One of my biggest supports, Shiana Watson. I don't know if I can say her name, but she's amazing. She's been there since 2013 with me. Very supportive, very loving. Without her, Lord knows what I would have went through, what I would have done. She worked for a community agency called HARC, and she started a women's group, and we were in there supporting each other.
And this was all women living with HIV?
Yes.
Okay. So when you went through that situation with your partner who, you know, was violent towards you, what was the next step after that? Did you call the police? What happened?
The police showed up. They put him in custody, went through court proceedings, and they gave him 2 years probation. I had got a 5-year PPO on him, and he was looking for me. I'm not gonna deny that. But when I went to prison in 2016, I guess he gave up because I ain't heard or seen from him since.
Were there any other moments where you felt discriminated against because of your HIV status, Emily?
In the workplace.
How so?
Worked for a restaurant, got hurt. They needed me to go to an emergency medical. They found out my HIV status and fired me on the spot. All of the co-workers and everybody in there were telling everybody, oh, she's got that stuff. Oh, don't touch her. You know, stigma.
Yeah.
A lot of stigma.
How has stigma played a role in your life?
It has been one of the worst things that carries with HIV. People just don't get educated. They don't know about the U versus U, undetectable equals untransmittable. People don't educate themselves about the new medications that we have. When I first got diagnosed, that was the first era of once-a-day pills. And I was on it, then I was off it. On it, then off it. I even got to the point where I was so far gone off that my CD4 count was 14.
Oh, wow.
And they diagnosed me with AIDS.
Yeah.
But then I bounced back.
There you go.
A lot of prayer, a lot of community advocacy, just getting on meds and staying on meds. Being a woman with HIV compared to a man with HIV, I don't think that there's really too much of a difference. You're both supposed to be treated equally. You could have a HIV positive woman and then an HIV negative woman, and the negative woman is looking at the positive woman, oh, you're a whore. Oh, you're this. Look at you, slut. All this stigma stuff.
Yeah.
And walking into a doctor's office, it's the same thing, but they're professional, they can't say it.
Right.
You know, they hide behind these masks. And for a man, they're like, oh, he got around. Props to you, buddy. It's a lot different in that kind of sense. Being treated for HIV as a woman is hard.
Yeah.
You gotta go through all these extensive tests. I'm pretty sure a man's not gonna lay on his back with his legs open for an exam. And that's the worst part because you're being poked and prodded and you could get XYZ and there's chances of cervical cancer, there's genital warts, all types of stuff that they have to continually check for. As a woman, it's very demeaning. My first exam, when I found out that I was positive, it felt like it took 5 days to do, but I was only there for an hour and a half, you know? And then back then in 2010, they were drawing 17 vials of blood. Now it's only 2, and I'm grateful for that.
Is this the first pregnancy you've had since you've been living with HIV?
No, this will be the 3rd.
Okay, so how does that work? Because, you know, some people believe that, you know, if you are HIV positive, then you won't be able to have children that are HIV negative. Can you talk about that a little bit?
The 2 that are out here now don't have HIV.
Okay.
I was medically compliant. I didn't transmit it. My 3-year-old that's at home right now, I was able to breastfeed him.
You were able to breastfeed?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Because I was not transmittable.
Yes.
So,
All right.
you know, it's a different experience.
Absolutely. Were you told by the doctors that you could or could not? Like, were you getting varying opinions?
With my son, the first one I had after finding out I had HIV, I was told, no, you can't do that. You're definitely not equipped for that.
To breastfeed.
To breastfeed. They had him on medications every 8 hours. He had to take a med. And it was just so, I felt bad. With the second one, with my status, it was so easy. They said, you can breastfeed. You're not transmittable. As long as you're medically compliant, and babies always have to take HIV medication when you're HIV positive. I was medically compliant, I was untransmittable. My son couldn't get HIV from me.
Yeah.
So I was able to breastfeed, and that was a whole new experience.
Yeah.
I was excited. I was like,
I see it in your face.
you know. And even with this new baby, I'm undetectable. I'm untransmittable. I can't pass it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I get to do it all over again.
So what do you have to say to moms out there who may be living with HIV and a little hesitant about having a baby and even breastfeeding?
Do it. Being a mother is one of the most fulfilling feelings. It's one of the most gratifying feelings. And I want to change it for nothing. Yeah, they may annoy you sometimes, but that comes with all kids, you know. I just love hearing, Mommy, I love you. Mommy, Mommy, you know. And it's been really great.
Awesome. And Emily, have you ever felt unsafe or excluded in social or advocacy spaces because of your HIV status?
When I was a community health worker and working for organization Unified, I was out there. I was advocating, you know, doing the blood testing, all that. You know, it really shone a light on things. But I still felt distant in a way because I didn't want to expose myself.
Okay.
Because I felt stigma.
Okay. I understand.
So,
what changes do you believe need to happen to better support women and anyone living with HIV?
Education. I feel that this new generation of kids need the education. They're gung-ho about going out there, gang banging, running the street, doing all this stuff, and they're not educated. One of the saddest things in my line of work was testing a 15-year-old girl and her being positive.
For HIV?
For HIV. And her having a daughter, a few days old, testing positive for HIV because she didn't have education. Education of what HIV is with these kids these days is a big must. They don't know about the you versus you. They're about, oh, he's got a disease, he could give it to so-and-so and give it to me, let me kill him first. And that's the biggest problem these days.
Why is HIV not a crime?
Well, HIV is not a crime because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't go kill somebody to get it. I didn't put my hands on somebody else's stuff to get it. HIV is not criminal. To be criminalized, it's not okay. Most people that acquire HIV have been victims. I know I was. Along with HIV, you can be happy. I found happiness. I have children. I have a significant other that loves me to death. I have a good job that I can go back to in June after the baby.
Yeah.
But you don't have to let HIV define you.
Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome.
And cut.